Well, welcome back, my friend. Let me see if we're rolling. I'm rolling all over the damn road. Welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition, a Rosecraft Blades Mohok rendition, if you will. Guys, before we get too far into it, there was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, depending on what stats you read and all that, they're all over the board. The one stat I want you to know is this: anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, all that means is this: you're welcome here. We love you. You have a place here. We back to blue over here. We sport all to the chagrin of many. How do you do that, Scab? Well, we don't break the damn law. And when we do, because we accept responsibility. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. So here's the deal, guys. My niece hit me up this morning. She said, Uncle Scab, I've got to buy a friend of mine a knife, and I'm not sure what to get him. I sent her the link to this Mohok, right? Because I know a couple things about Sav. Her friend's going to be a hunter or fisherman or both, going to be an outdoorsman, good old country boy, and he's going to need a knife that's going to hold up to that. Whether it's opening a dip can, whether it's poking a hole in a can for whatever reason, whether it's skinning, caping, filleting, doing whatever, he's going to need a knife. Whittling, he's going to need a knife that holds up. Also a knife that'll hold up through the rigors of work. And I thought, you know what? Perfect knife. It has a D2 blade, 3.5-inch D2 blade, micarta handle scales. It is a harpoon tip. Now, here's the deal with harpoon tips. They're the flavor of the month, it seems like. But I got to be honest with you, and usually I'm like, oh, I love this or that. Harpoon tips, I'm 50-50 on. It depends on the knife. There are certain knives that harpoon tip just doesn't fit. It just doesn't. This is not one of them. I love the aesthetic of the harpoon tip on this knife. I also love the harpoon tip on this knife because I can get that old man pinch grip, right? And there's a normal grip there. I can go to the pinch grip. I can place my finger for a long cut, something like that. I like the harpoon tip. Plus, it fits aesthetically on this knife. Now, it has ambidextrous thumb studs. It is a tip-up carry, but an ambidextrous configuration. I carry my knives right-hand carry, tip-up. Micarta handle scales. It's a liner lock. I have a hard use demonstration on this knife. I'll pin it in the comments. Here's the deal, guys. Savannah had asked me about the knife. Captain Electro, shout out to Cap, had bought it. He loves it so far. And I thought, you know what? The point of my channel, and I say this a lot, is we do demonstrations. I show you the knife work. Fit and finish don't matter in what I do. But I got to think about this morning. If people are going to start buying these knives based on recommendations or based on watching a demonstration, and I say this a lot, I'm not the QVC. All that means is this: I don't want you to buy the knife because of what I say. If you buy a knife, I want you to buy the knife because you saw something in the demonstration that stuck out to you, or the demonstration, hey, proved not that the knife worked, because a lot of stuff that I do is just basic stuff that a sharp knife will do. But maybe by watching the demonstration, you can see it work. You can see certain grips, different grips, how comfortable it is in hand. Does the knife hold up? That kind of thing. So when I say I'm not the QVC, I don't want you to ever buy anything based on what I say, right? I want you to see the knife work. Then make up your mind. Buy it, don't. But I want you to make an informed decision. That's all I mean by that. The thing with the Mohok is this: I will put my name on the Mohok any day of the week. I've carried it for probably 4 or 5 weeks now, damn near every single day. I work in an industrial setting. I realize not everybody does. But for me, as a knife reviewer, I feel like it gives me a little bit, not an advantage, but it gives me a viewpoint to where if this knife holds up in this environment, then this knife should hold up in most any environment with proper maintenance and all that. I open a lot of canvas bags, sandbags, right? So this tip goes through sand. Not the best for a knife blade, I promise you. The only thing I've really had to do is just keep it stropped up. It's held an edge exceptionally well. The handle has held in well. There's no loose, there's no play. I've actually stabbed and beat on this knife, right? Because this is a work knife. This knife's $33 or something like that. Captain Electro made the comment, and Cap is finicky about his knives. He's particular about his knives. And I believe this, you should be. But Cap said, hey man, for what I paid for this knife, I've paid hundreds of dollars for knives of less quality. That's a strong statement, because Cap's got no dog in the fight. None. And Cap uses his knife. See, here's the deal with guys. Cap's another Southern boy. But here's the deal with guys who use their knives. And again, if you buy this knife, my assumption is you're buying it to put in your pocket and use, right? There are certain knives that I get it, you don't use. I get that. I understand that. But when you buy a knife like this, or you should buy a knife like this for it to work. Now, if you're a collector, buy two. At $33, son, come on. Put one up, keep it in the box. But I'm telling you, this knife is worth using, right? So if somebody's going to buy a knife to use, I want them to be able to watch that demonstration again and go, that'll hold up. Because if Scap's fat ass ain't broke it, I'm not going to do anything. And that's the thing. Here's the whole trick and key to demonstrations and reviews. We do things sometimes, or I do things 90% of the time, most people aren't going to do. I don't do that to abuse the knife. I don't believe, listen, these are my knives. These are my knives. I have full confidence that this knife's going to hold up, not only hold up, but that I can do a quick hone, a quick strop, and carry it. Because see, once the demonstration, once the review's over, I've still got to use the knife. So if it's a knife that yeah, it might last for one review, but after that, then that's worthless to me. Give a damn if it's $30 or $30,000. The knife has to make it past one review. That's why I'm always saying, hey, look, it took me X amount of hours in this review, and that's straight cut. That's a lot of wear and tear. Colin, the guy at work, one of my co-workers, will tell you, I'm always, if we're in between jobs or we're like today at break, I picked up a stick, steady whittling, steady using. Some of that is just habit. Some of that is testing the knife, even when the camera's not on, seeing how it holds up, seeing how it holds the edge. Oh, I just wanted to do this, and I'm back home, thank the Lord. But I just wanted to do this to do a quick review. So let me give you a 2-minute review. We've gone over the stats, so I've showed you some things. Here's what I believe about this knife. Proper maintenance, proper maintenance, proper blade care. You could use this knife. This knife will last you as long as you need it to last. It's comfortable in hand. Now my hand fills it up, but that's a 3.5-inch blade. I don't have the specs right here in front of me for the handle length, but let me use my left hand watch. I'll hold it like this. I'm not having to adjust the grip. That's a full, and I have a large, extra large hand. Fills it up, and I've got ample here. I can choke up. I can come to my pinch grip. I use this grip a lot. I really do. The knife is very, very comfortable in hand. Give you a good look at the ergonomics there. See what I was saying about the harpoon tip? It fits for this knife. It really, to me, it fits. That's just a damn good looking knife. And on these, like the follow-up reviews, this is truly a review. I've carried this knife for enough time now, day in and day out. We can talk about the fit and finish. It's held up very well. I'll give you a look. Try to give you a look at that coating. And I've put this knife through hell. See, it's got just a slight, very, very slight little recurve. I like that there. Just the blade shape. I like everything about it. It's got a sharpening choil there. The flipper. Let me do this real quick and give you a quick look. Here's the PM2. And the reason I like using the PM2 is most people have had or held a paramilitary too. Just to give you an idea. So the Mohok is not a small knife. by any stretch. Look at the handles there. In fact, it's a little bit bigger. Well, it might be pretty much the same. Just size comparison right there. Final thoughts on this knife, and I'm as serious as I can be. As much as I say I'm not the QVC, this is a knife I'd put my name on. Hawkins Rose is the designer. Hawkins killed it. I'm going to pin a link in the comments. I found putting them in the description doesn't work as well. I'm going to put a link in the comments to my hard use demonstration on this. But guys, listen, don't just watch mine, right? Check out Big Red's. Check out some of the other guys who've reviewed these. You'll hear the same thing. This is a damn fine knife. Listen, you need to hear this part most of all. I'm Scab, you're not, and I'm gone, son.